Here we are. What's up, guys? Happy Friday night try. Yes, Jimbo, you actually do not look like a ghost. Now, I cannot guarantee that you do not look like a ghost compared to on other people's screens, because people were saying that you looked like a ghost on their screens, but whenever I looked at you on mine, you look perfectly fine.
When the fuck did they say that?
You look perfectly legible. I don't know if that's the right word to use for that.
I look like a fucking ghost.
Yeah, they were saying that last week during our show last week. They were saying that, oh, Jimmy Sinndred, I have to. Laura already jumped up in the chat. What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us for our Friday night try. Laura jumped in the chat. She said, hashtag IHTP. Not really, but hey, you know that's our thing here. Hashtag IHTP. We all have to pee sometimes. And woohoo, the lighting is better. Oh, it does. Does it look better on you guys? Because, you know, it's always a hit or miss with the damn lighting.
I'm sorry.
I think that the lighting is pretty good so far, so we cannot complain about that. There are plenty of other things that we can complain about, and normally I will throw that on to the old Jimmy Sinndred for him to throw his complaints out. What's up, Lori? How are you? How are you guys doing? Is everybody having a wonderful Friday night? We have Jimbo on the sauce again. We're trying to get him sauced. Uh-oh.
I have to pee.
Oh, my goodness.
I know we had 10 minutes, and I know that I was watching SNL. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go pee. You set everything up.
I'm going to set it all up.
Maybe show the people the healthy meal that you're having right now.
I'm having the healthiest of meals right now. Boom. McDonald's. That's a medium fry, though, so at least I'm not doing the as bad. So we were leaving the shred shed, and I had to drop off one of our workout partners, and then on the way back, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm probably going to have to, and I don't know for sure, but you know, like whenever you don't prepare your food and you don't have your food ready, and your food's not ready at the house, sometimes you just have to pick up something on the way home that's not the best for, you know, that's not the most healthy for you. But my problem is, I normally get something somewhat healthy, not very healthy. I'll get like a turkey wrap from Royal Farms, or like some type of a beef quesadilla, which definitely is not that great, but it's better than McDonald's. Normally I don't pick up the McDonald's, but for tonight, it is what it is. I wasn't prepared. I've been a little bit all over the place this week. It's just one of those things. You just have to do what you have to do. And Laura said her 12-hour shift, so her Friday night is okay. She's into her 12-hour shift, though. Yeah, the 12-hour shifts are those are a bugger to get through, but I guess you got to do what you got to do, you know. Better now that you are all here. Yes, we're all here, and we're all hanging out for our Friday night try. We're trying to, so tonight's episode name was, goals accomplished. Now what? Because we finally got through in our Shred Shed workouts, and I just have to get all of the once we get everything organized, I mean, you know, everything's kind of discombobulated because of COVID and all this other good stuff, trying to keep your work hours straight, keeping disciplined on top of everything. And it just gets complicated sometimes, especially whenever, you know, you don't know if you're going to have work the next few weeks, or you're going to have to try to find work somewhere else and that type of stuff. I mean, I'm sure that everybody has some type of a situation that they have to deal with when it comes to COVID. And I just learned tonight that Maryland is about to shut back down again. So that's always fun, shutting down. Everybody loves shutting down. And
that just gives me an excuse not to have to go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And I get to make more money.
Exactly. So, yep, some people do make more money whenever COVID is in action, I guess. I don't know if COVID's probably going to be around for a long time, though. What do you think, man? Do you think that COVID's going to be around for a while?
I think it's going to be around as long as they want it to be around.
What do you mean by that?
That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to get involved. I'm not into that kind of stuff. What is that, bacon?
Bacon,
oh, my God. What is that?
Bacon. It's a bacon
burger?
McDouble.
God.
Which I don't think
you're
it's
a
real
wild
beef.
Man.
I think that it's not real beef, but, you know, at this point...
Look at you living dangerously.
I don't care. It's a very tiny piece of patty that I can have, and I'm sorry, guys, to be eating on the show, but, like...
This is a loose Friday night try.
It's always a... You know?
Yeah, fuck it. There's no format here. Come on. You want to watch...
When was the last time we had format?
Never. It doesn't need to be formatted. I mean, if people want, look, here's the thing. Our Friday Night Try started out pretty good, pretty strong when we first started doing it. And I feel like now people are just used to it and we don't have as many. But see, you can see more of the analytics better than I can because you have your computer in front of you. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. To me, sometimes it feels like we had really good, because I'll sit there and look at the number and it'd be like 7. And I'm like, okay, that's not a lot. But then at the end of the night, it'll be like a big number. And I'm like, I don't know how all that works. Like if it's like total views.
It's like total, like the
I'm not trying to get too deep in the weeds here on the podcast.
Yeah, but it's it counts like all the different type of people who have came in. And it counts.
But then those numbers always go up for our Friday Night Try.
Because many people, because the people drop in and they drop out. It's just like, you have some podcasts where you drop in for a little bit and you listen to it and then you don't necessarily finish it. But you do generally follow it,
Here, because did I share it? Did I is the question.
If only you would have shared it, it would have been a lot more. We would have had so many more people at least on the Facebook chats. YouTube is rocking and rolling.
Post.
YouTube's starting to be our baby now.
There we go.
And then Laura Spangler said that I'm crossing my fingers that my next cataract surgery will be a go. Well, hopefully so. Because they have Massachusetts is shutting down tonight. They're starting their shutdown tonight. So everybody is shutting back down, basically. There was a spike, there's a spike in the...
yeah, totally, a spike.
On the coronavirus. Do you not want to die, Jimmy? Aren't you scared out of your mind by watching the news? Doesn't the news scare you? Doesn't it make you petrified?
Why is my live not red?
Because you have to click live. Click the live.
Why does it say 14 minutes?
Pull it all, because you're late. You're late to the party, man.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
Murphy. All right. We're here.
Learn something new every day, right?
We in here. We up in this. We in this. We be out here.
We're not out anywhere. We're inside.
We're in here. I don't know. Isn't that what the kids say?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's pretty much so Lori said in the chat, she said that not shutting down now, we just have a curfew now.
Massachusetts has a curfew? They tried to do that up here too, but nobody gave a fuck.
They did do that at first, didn't they?
Yeah, it was like you couldn't leave past 8 o'clock or some shit like that.
Right, but nobody listened to it.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen so many people out.
Definitely, everywhere. Nobody was. I was out at 8 o'clock.
It's almost like Florida, because Florida, like you can't regulate Florida like that. Florida ain't going to listen. Most people aren't going to listen, though. I don't think. Do they?
I just can't
go out from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Because when we first got a shutdown, my drummer missed about a month and a half because they have a kid and his girl was, according to him, his girl was more upset about it than he was, or like worried about it, I guess. So he kind of, he stayed, like he didn't come to practice for about a month. Then he came back. I'm hoping that if we do indeed shut down like this, because our studio is downtown, but the facilities don't shut down. But I'm just hoping.
It should be good then, hopefully.
No, I'm hoping that his girl doesn't make him stay home again, or not make him, but because like I just said,
kids and stuff
the first time around she was real worried about it. Right. So it was like out of respect for her and their kid and stuff like that, he stayed home for about a month or so, and then he came back to practice finally.
That slowed y'all down a lot.
I mean, what else were we going to do anyways when we couldn't do anything? You know what I mean? Like, it didn't really slow us down.
You're just going to hang out. And
it just sucked that we didn't have a drummer.
Yeah.
So, but I'm hoping that if they do shut down the way people are saying, I hope she's more cool about it this time. Like, it's not going to be a big deal, because I still want everyone to come to practice, rehearsal, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I mean, we're not really rehearsing for anything necessarily, so I call it practice. But I always feel weird.
It's definitely practice, though.
But I feel weird calling it practice, band practice, because I feel like I'm in high school,
I'm trying to find it online, and I'm not necessarily finding anything yet from Maryland.
Maybe it's just a bunch of hoopla.
It's a bunch of older stuff about the first shutdown, but maybe I should put Maryland shutdown November. We're in November now, right, Jimbo?
Yep.
So maybe I can double check in November and see what they say. Baltimore mayor enacts increased coronavirus restrictions. Now this, this was 4 months ago. The restrictions are.
You had the spicy nuggets.
No, I never. I know. I just
well,
got the regulars.
yeah, but
I
you
didn't
know,
even think
hey,
about it.
well, hey, treat yourself.
I'll have to remember that next time. Governor Larry Hogan on Thursday said he saw no need to take drastic immediate action despite the surge in cases. I guess worldwide, because I've been seeing a lot of that happen in Europe. A lot of the. I meant to turn that on earlier too. So the Baltimore mayor Jack Young sees it differently and announced.
With Jack Young.
That's the mayor. Yeah, the Baltimore mayor said that he announced on Friday the increased coronavirus restrictions to take effect 5 p.m. on November 12th.
What is that? What's increased coronavirus restrictions?
I know there's COVID fatigue, but now more than ever, I need the residents of Baltimore City to remain on guard, Young said. If we want to stop the surge before the holidays, we need to change behaviors now.
Who the fuck is our mayor? I didn't even know there was a fucking...
The Baltimore City mayor, yeah.
Yeah, the mayor of Baltimore. Like, who? It's a dude?
Young. Jack Young.
It's a dude.
I thought it was a woman.
I thought it was a woman, too.
Shows how much we pay attention to local politics.
Damn, dude.
The mayor also announced that facial coverings are required to be worn in public. No shit, Sherlock. Where have you been? Are you guys? Is this news to you guys? Hey guys, did y'all know that you have to have a mask in public? Did you know that? Did you know that? You have to wear a mask. Hey, whenever you go shopping, you have to wear a mask. Whenever you go inside,
you mean those things I have to keep putting on my face all the time?
Yeah, the things that you put on your face all the time. You have to do that.
That's a mask?
Yeah, you have to do that. I don't know if you were aware or not, but hey, the mayor said so. So we're just now learning. Sorry. The new restrictions include, here we go, outdoor and indoor gatherings at public and private facilities. Private homes and any public space are limited to no more than 10 persons.
Private homes.
So if you have somebody come into your private home and the government's keeping track, and I don't know how they're going to keep track of all these
I don't think they're keeping track of that unless they got somebody patrolling and say, there's too many cars in this driveway.
You know what I think it is?
I think it's just them trying to say, hey, do your part.
People tattletelling on each other.
Or that.
If they have a party, there's going to be people who are going to.
There's like the neighbor, there's like 16 people in there.
I swear, there's more than 10 people.
I would throw a brick through their window with shit tied to it.
With shit tied to it. With shit tied to it. Not even like shit rubbed on it, just shit tied to it.
Oh, rubbed, tied. I didn't put too much thought into it. It would be a shit covered brick through their windows.
And then, down in Florida, Brian said that Florida doesn't require a mask anymore. That's because Florida
is awesome.
It's great. They're wonderful. They're one of the best states in the union.
Well, somebody's going to be on there like, yeah, their cases are up in Florida, right?
I thought cases were up everywhere. I go, that's why we're shutting down, right? Gatherings at the event venues are permitted up to 25% of the facility's capacity. No more 50%. Can't do 50% now. You have to do 25%.
Did it get to 50?
I don't even think it was. I didn't even see anybody doing it.
Because I heard 25 already. I knew that was a thing.
This is for the city. This is not for the rest of the state. But I would assume if the city's doing it, sometimes the counties follow suit. But we'll see. There's no telling. Gatherings at event venues are permitted up to 25% of facility capacity. Religious facilities shall not exceed 25% of the facility's maximal capacity. So I guess you're just going to have a line of people going to say their prayers, heading in and doing their prayers, and then coming back. And retail establishments and malls are capped at 25% capacity. Personal service establishments are capped at 25%. I thought that this stuff was already on there. Like, you got to wear a mask. Because everywhere else, like a lot of these places, they don't even let you inside. They're like, hey, you have to schedule an appointment or just tell us what you want and we'll go get it for you.
You know what we're supposed to do tonight? I just remembered.
The French toast?
French toast.
I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
We could do that a different night.
Okay. I thought we both forgot.
We're supposed to do that because we were talking about Oxhaney a few weeks ago, and we were going to do that competition, but I just didn't feel like doing all that tonight. I haven't felt like myself for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Just kind of slow down, That's why I'm eating McDonald's. Sometimes you just don't care. So, gatherings at the event venues are permitted up to... Didn't I already read that? Yeah, Ronald, what are you doing? Fitness centers are capped. Casino is capped at 25%. Theaters and outdoor entertainment are capped at 25%. Food service establishments are capped at 25% maximum capacity. Restaurants must close at 10 p.m. and bars licensed.
I never understood that. Why close early? What's the fucking point of that?
Because the coronavirus really comes out past 10 p.m.
Oh, okay.
It really gets
that
really
makes
bad.
sense.
It
now.
gets much worse. Like at nighttime, coronavirus is like really
because you
out
can't
to get
see
you.
it. Then it's
No,
like
no,
it can go and sneak around.
It can
and
get you so much worse.
boom. It's like
past
yeah.
10 p.m. man, like you don't want to take any risks. You don't want to take
and the
any
sun's
chances.
not out, so it's
The
like
sun's not out, so Corona's like, ooh, I
the
can come out
heat,
more now.
yeah.
There's no heat. Ooh. Many of the owners on the venue, on the Avenue in Hamden, say they're barely managing as is, while also following safety precautions.
barely managing as is. Like they're just hanging on.
They're just barely hanging on.
struggling.
They probably really are struggling though.
The business wise, yeah. But
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
hear that, I'm thinking in my head like they're all just shaking because it just can't. You know what I mean? It just can't take
do
it no
business.
more.
They can't serve their beer.
You know, it's like that is unfortunate that a lot of like small places that have been in business for decades are like, you know, really not. And I mean, and that's why like I hear like a bunch of people, like I'll see a bunch of people posting on Facebook or Instagram saying like, you know, support your local business, order out. Like, you know, it's like the opposite now. It used to tell you don't order out, like eat in, like cook your food and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, hey, order out as much as you can because we got to keep these businesses alive. We have to keep them open. You know what I mean?
We have to at least try to keep them
your
open.
favorite pub or your favorite little restaurant. It's not like Outback.
I thought you were
or
going to say
fucking
Little Caesars.
Olive Garden or something. You know, it's like those places are going to be fine because they got like a whole machine behind them. Like they're like a global brand. But these little
local
places
stuff.
that are local, it's like order from them. You know what I mean? Like go. You know, not saying eat like shit every day, but like, you know, order as much as you can from them, whether it's DoorDash or whether it's order through them directly if they have some kind of delivery service. So then you're at least helping them out a little bit. You know what I mean? And don't pretend like you don't want to eat chicken wings and stuff every night. Come on.
And then many of the owners of the Avenue in Hamden say they're barely managing, as we were saying. One employee told 11 News the new restrictions only make things worse. And that doesn't take into account the people who like get really depressed and have like really bad issues because of the lack of social interaction and that type of stuff. I wonder what the numbers are for that, like, because I'm sure that a lot of things have went up, like and on the negative side, like suicides and like all those types of things, depression, people going to the doctors for depression and that type of stuff. So I'm sure that, you know, like what ways, I don't know.
What is Japan doing right now?
They're probably shut down. I think everybody's shut down. I think.
I feel like
I
they
don't know.
handle shit better.
They might, but they've been dealing, or maybe that's China. China has had a lot of these.
No.
Because I remember like one of the viruses that did come from China previously, maybe it wasn't from China, but there were a lot of Chinese people who were wearing masks, so they're more familiar.
They've always done that though. Like
yeah, maybe.
Japan has done it. You know, like I was watching a video of a guy that I follow. He does like a bunch of workout stuff, and he has like a daily vlog, and it was from like 2 years ago,
Right.
and like 2 or 3 years ago, and they're walking around, and like maybe 1 out of 4 people you saw in the background of the video, just people outside walking and stuff, they were wearing a mask.
Right.
But they've always done that because if they're sick, they don't want to give anybody else sick.
Right.
And if they're just maybe they're a little paranoid to be out in public, they don't want to get sick, or it's that time of year and people are getting sick,
Yeah.
they wear a mask. Like they've always done that. So it's like they already knew what was up. But now they just have to do it all the time now.
That's what it looks like.
Now it's not a choice anymore. It's like, oh, you have to do this.
This is what you have to do. I'm going to put up their COVID cases on there real quick. And then we'll turn that off and then come back over to here. Boom. Boom. Now you can see Japan's total cases. So
What's that look like?
So they've had you see like back in April, like they didn't have many. And then back in April, they had a spike. And then it went down like to almost nothing for, you know, the month of June, basically. I guess like they were talking about summer.
And then July
in
to
August,
September?
August,
Is that
look at
August?
August. August spiked big,
Way up.
1900. And then it went back down. But as you see, like that small wave right there it's a lot higher than what they originally were at. So now they have so many more cases. But it's 500, you know, it's like 500 a day almost. 600 a day. So they're still getting a lot too.
Total cases 105,000. Recovered 94,000. Oh, look at that.
1,800 deaths. And worldwide, there's 49.1 million cases. 32 have recovered, and 1.2 million deaths. But that's worldwide.
Yeah, and what
there's a couple
dude,
billion
the
people, probably more than a
7
couple
billion people on the planet.
It's 0.001.
0.1. It's like,
it's
come on, people.
Yeah, it looks like a lot, but it's not. It's not in the grand scheme of things. But it could actually turn out to be a lot. I mean, we're not saying that it's not a serious thing. If people can and will die from it, then we don't want to. Obviously, none of us want to take any risks with that type of stuff. So, but then again, it's like at a certain point, I kind of want to take risks because I'm getting to where I'm just getting. It's like the mayor of Baltimore said, everybody's getting that COVID fatigue, and it's like
everybody's all right. We get it. Fuck.
Yeah,
come on.
People are getting really tired.
You can't
of
it can't just be forever, man. Like, come on, it's just got to go.
But it's not going. It's not going. So then. Over here, let's go back on to the chat and see how you guys are doing. Some places. Jimmy, is your voice a bit hoarse, or is it just me thinking it is?
No, it is a little hoarse. I was with my band last night.
And you had to yell at them a lot, and you had to treat them like children and say, hey, guys, I need you to get your shit together, man.
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say that.
And then Darnell said, COVID had been around already. Just look on the back on your Lysol can. COVID-19, in my opinion, is a new strand that has been created. I think they did say that it was created.
That's there is truth in that. I mean, obviously, the coronavirus has always been a thing, just like the flu, just like whatever. It's always
the
COVID
flu is a form of
COVID is but so I'm just saying, like, it's been around forever. But this COVID-19 is just a strain of it, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
You always have to say allegedly.
It's a strain. So COVID-19, 19 stands for 2019. Yep. It's like, because that was when it was initially discovered, I guess, or created, or whatever you want to call it, or released, or whatever you want to call it. However you want to look at it.
Released to the population.
However you want to look at it. And yeah, so in theory, there could be a COVID-20, there could be a COVID-21. At that point, I'm just saying, fuck it. Like, I don't care.
19, right?
I don't care. I don't.
I know.
I really don't.
It just gets old, don't it?
It's like, dude, all right, I'm wearing my mask, I'm washing my hands. Like, I don't care.
And Paul Montego said, COVID-20 coming soon near you. Just near you. We got to shut down. Coming soon to a shutdown near you.
But here's the thing. There's going to get to a point where it's like, we cannot, not even just that, but we cannot shut down. We can't. Nothing's going to survive. No one's making money. Right. Nothing's happening. You can't do it. You can want to do it. But at some point, it's like, all right, we get it. Like, all right, come at your own risk. At some point, it's like, all right, did you get your flu shot? You didn't? Well, you might get the flu then. You might die. Sorry,
bad,
but
buddy.
It's like, whatever. Do your thing. Oh, you want to get the flu shot? Great. Here we go. Go to CVS. Boom, flu shot. And I understand they're getting vaccines together, blah, 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 whatever. But it's like, at some point, it's going to have to be like, all right, man.
Yeah, but then, like, here's the sad part about it is, like, once they get the caffeines, once they get the vaccines, like, what if the strand has mutated and now it's a different strand?
Oh,
and then you have to get another vaccine, and then they have to put microchips in you so that those microchips will be able to tell what strand you have, and then it'll be able to attack that strand.
If all that starts going and I can't get away from it, I'm killing myself. Because I'd rather be dead. I'd rather be dead and see what else happens after that. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care.
Paul Montego said, social distancing should have been going on way long time ago. What do you mean by that? What do you mean social distancing? Do you mean like all these weird
concerts,
all these weird things? Like you can't have any type of social interaction? Like that's what people do. People love that
or instead of social distancing, how about just wash your fucking hands more? How about have more hand sanitizing stations in like arenas or venues or restaurants or whatever, so you give people those clear options to, hey, use the hand sanitizer.
Be
Just
properly prepared.
wear masks. Wear a mask. If you want to go to a baseball game, you want to go to a fucking live concert or something like that, wear a mask. Wear a mask. If you want to wear a mask. You don't want to wear a mask? Okay, hey, you might get sick. Hey, you don't want to wash your hands, you dirty fuck? All right, you might get sick. Right. You know, it's like, okay.
That was always a problem anyway.
It's always been a problem.
It's like they were worried about
go watch like any like New Japan Pro Wrestling show from like 4 or 5 years ago, right? Watch at like the Tokyo Dome, or better yet, go watch like a concert from like the Tokyo Dome. And I bring that country up again because I'm like, go to any live show, go back on YouTube and watch any live show. Look out in the crowd. Look out in the crowd from like 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Right.
Several people are wearing masks. Because they chose to.
Yeah,
they're all sitting right here next to each other, like breathing on each other.
Like,
they chose
a fever from
They
this
chose
guy
to wear a mask because they didn't want to get sick.
Right.
If they didn't want the possibility of getting, they want to take every precaution to make sure that they're healthy. Right. So when they go to these big events to have like multiple thousands, tens of thousands of fucking people in them, it's like, okay, I'm gonna wear a mask so I don't get sick.
Right.
Or I'm sick. So either I'm not going to go anywhere, just like it's always been. When you go to fucking work and you're sick, they send you home, right?
Yep, exactly.
Or you don't go to work.
Or if you're coughing or any type of weird type of stuff like that, like they wouldn't want to take any chances.
I mean, some bosses are assholes about it. Like they still want you to come in whether you're sick or not. You know what I mean? But
that's the right. You never know. And Paul said, if you want to be safe, never come in contact with anyone. It's ridiculous.
Die.
If I'm old and unhealthy, I should be wearing a damn bubble suit. And then Darnell said, by that logic, Paul, there will be a one world order, aka NWO, because basically everybody's following the same path. But that's kind of what's happening. I mean, with conspiracies aside, that is kind of what's happening with everybody, because this is not only an American thing, this is a worldwide thing. A lot of people are dealing with that. So, like, I know that, that because Darnell brings up the NWO, One World Order, there is an order that they are trying to get everybody to follow in line with. And I don't even know who I mean by they. I'm not, like, conspiracy talking or anything. I'm just saying, like, the social distancing and that type of stuff, it is like those are the same types of things that they want people doing all over the world, it seems.
Wouldn't One World Order be OWO? Not NWO?
I think New World Order, because the old World Order was a bunch of different things. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He said like one. So it would be a One World
OWO.
Order. Right, but like it's where like wrestling got NWO from. New World Order. That's like an old saying that conspiracy theorists talked about for a long time.
Right.
They would talk about a New World Order because the New World Order is a One World Order.
You mean Eric Bischoff didn't create the New World Order?
Or Hulk Hogan? This is the New World Order of wrestling, brother. But it had to be of wrestling. It wasn't of,
The New World Order of wrestling, brother.
And Paul wants to know, do you guys believe in conspiracy theories? I do.
Yes.
I'm definitely into conspiracies, of course.
Not like, Hillary Clinton is a lizard. Not like that. Like, I don't believe...
Really? Okay.
I don't go that crazy.
All right, Jimmy. Well, tell me, how is she not?
I don't think.
Have you ever seen her at nighttime without her
eyes
scales
closed, like?
It's like, you haven't seen those videos of her eyes doing like the weird lizard
and they
blinks?
start spinning and her skin turns green. Like, no, I don't believe in like that kind of conspiracy. But like, is the first moon landing real? I think there's some good questions there.
I didn't go to the moon.
9/11, don't get me started. Shit like that. Yeah. Coronavirus, what's really going on? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I definitely buy into it because I think, and that's the thing. Like, I hate the idea that people who not believe, but people who take. People who indulge in conspiracy theories, people who read them, and people who start thinking about
deep into it.
They
go crazy. Though.
But here's the thing. Here's what I don't like. I don't like the idea that those people are crazy. I don't like the idea that you think something else happened. You're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're wrong because it's not what we told you to happen.
Right,
like 9/11, for example. I'm not going to go into it.
Right,
but like 9/11, for example.
You better freaking not. Jimmy.
Oh, this is what happened. Oh, okay. I'll believe it.
But then you say, what if? And
But then you
it's
say,
like,
well,
no,
what
no,
if?
No, what if? So what are you,
if?
anti-patriotic?
Did you see the way those buildings came down? I don't know. It's like, what, the plane crashed in PA? Where in PA? I never saw a plane. It's like, like you start thinking it, but it's like, no. That's not what we told you. No. Hey, stop being stupid.
Right.
Stop being stupid. It was all terror. Stop being dumb.
Yep.
Oh, you think that happened? No, that didn't
Paul
happen.
said he wants you to go into 9/11.
So it's like
Darnell
that kind
said,
of stuff.
I do believe in lizard people. Me too, Darnell. And I also believe in cloning. Cloning's been around for a very, very, very long time.
Well, yeah, when
Keep
you
going,
see them
Jimbo.
do it to a dog and he has like 6 fucking heads. I don't think they perfected it.
That was old technology, brother. You got to
think-
get up with the new days.
But,
man. You got to get in with the new days.
But yeah, I don't like the idea that people who don't take everything at face value, who think that there are alternative explanations for things, that those people are crazy. Like when you think about the moon landing, right? And it's like, okay, there's a lot of good evidence out there that will lead to. We never went to the fucking, like Neil Armstrong, one small step for me. I don't think so, buddy. Because when you look at when you put it in context, and you don't just go, oh, it's fake, it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, well, why is it fake? Well, because it just never, okay, well, shut up, you're an idiot. Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
But when you actually set it up, and you look at everything that was happening at the time, the space race, Russia, all that shit, the president at the time, everything that was going on, the guy that got when they were testing out the fucking capsule when it caught on fire, and it just happened to be the one guy who was challenging everything and questioning everything and wouldn't shut his fucking mouth and was like, this something's not right here, yada yada. Oh, it caught on fire and he died. Oh, would NASA do something like that? Would the government do something? Yes,
of course.
Yes, they will.
Didn't Hillary Clinton
because there's
do like
bigger
10 dudes like that?
There's bigger things at play here, than a human life.
One person.
Sorry, that's how it is.
But that's the
and that's the
there.
unfortunate part about government.
That's the unfortunate thing, but
and it's everywhere.
But say that one more time.
There are bigger things at play here that mean more to the grand scheme of things than a single human life.
Right.
And
then if you look at,
and that's been going on for a long time.
If you look at history,
all over the world,
all these wars that everybody's been in, there's been more than just one human life expended for what? For other people's personal gains.
For the greater good of something that's happening.
Your family's gains. Like maybe your family got a little bit of pay from it, but maybe not even back in the day. Like maybe if you came back and you were part of a winning tribe that won, and we got all the gold we stolen from this other tribe. Maybe you got paid, you got your money then, but like now you're just getting your regular payment. And maybe they have like life insurance on soldiers, hopefully now.
But like, what's the percentage? Like, if there's 400 million people in the U.S. and 3,000 of them die.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, big deal. It's like saying, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
in the grand
theoretically, scheme. I'm saying like government. I'm saying, okay, 3,000 people have to die, and there's 400 million people, and they're dying for this reason because we need this reason to be a thing. We need this. This has to happen.
This is going to push us
let's
further.
expend 3,000. When we have 400 million, like, well, I don't know the numbers. What are the percentages of that? Probably a very small percentage of 400 million fucking people, right? Yep. It's just like we were just talking about COVID cases. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, there's 1.5 million people have died out of 7 billion people on the planet.
I know.
I'm sorry. Look, alcohol kills more people than that.
I look at the numbers in our county.
Yeah.
I look at the numbers in our county, and then I do the math, and I'm like, oh.
More people die in car accidents than that.
Oh, yeah, way
more.
more.
Way more.
Way more.
It's
not
like,
saying that it's not a
and that's what everybody wants to do. You're saying, no, fuck you, I'm not saying shit. I'm saying what I'm saying.
Right.
So if you want to dissect it and try to try to add more meaning to it or twist it in your own fucking way, have fun. I don't care.
Well,
but it's like, but going back to what I was saying, though, about the grand scheme of things and blah, 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 I was talking about the space race, talking about the guy that died and yada, yada, and you go on and go on and go on.
No, think about this real quick, but remember your thoughts, because
That's hard.
I want to jump into these little nets where we keep it moving.
Sure.
But think about if you're making decisions and you're like, we got to expend this guy's life.
Because if we don't,
for the greater good of my family, not his, for the greater good of my family, we're going to be a lot better off. Would you do it?
Yes.
But morally, but if nobody knew that you were making that decision.
Yeah. Why wouldn't
Easy,
you?
Right?
Why
Easy,
wouldn't you?
Right? Weird.
Why wouldn't you?
Weird how expendable people are, but
when it's your family,
when it's you, right,
or when it's your cause,
when it's not,
or
your
when
family.
It's your money,
when it's your
or
cause,
when it's
not
your
family,
yeah. But it's like when you
sacrifice.
have. So it's like when you look at everything that was going on around the time of the first moon landing, right? You look at the big space race. You look at what was at stake. We had to be first. We had to be there. We had to get there. Look at all the test rockets that they were trying to send up that kept failing and failing and failing and exploding. They couldn't even get off the fucking ground. You know what I mean? Or they went like, and so they couldn't do it. But somehow, miraculously, on this day, this one flight, went and everything went according to plan. Everything
went great.
Everything went according to plan.
Figure it out though, Jimmy.
That one time. Yep. And it all went. There was no more. At some point, you couldn't try anymore. You just had to do it.
Right.
You had to send the motherfuckers up there, and you had to put them on the fucking moon.
Roll. Right.
Oh, that one time it happened to work. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not saying that one time it happened to work. I'm saying look at all the test flights. Look at everything that led up to that. Like how many were failed, how many didn't work out, or even the ones that got off the ground, that got into fucking orbit and all that stuff. They couldn't get this to work, that to work. And I'm not going to dive too deep into it because we could talk about that for 3 fucking hours. So I'm not speaking loosely to hide my knowledge of it or to show my ignorance. I'm doing this to try to speed it up, right?
Yeah,
so I'm just saying that, like, you know, there was things that were going on with the like space shuttle, or with this arm couldn't hook up to that, or they couldn't get the little thing to land on the fucking shit. It was flipping over, it was blowing up, or it was going sideways. All this stuff that was happening, but this one time everything worked.
Yep.
And then you start getting into the little stuff. Oh, look at the shadows. Why is the flag moving? There was the little plus mark, the little video camera grids on the photo. And it was like, that was a picture. Oh, okay, then why was a rock behind one of them? Like there was a rock covering. It was like, well, that was in front. How could it be in front when it needs to be? There was like all these little things that would lead you to believe it was done in a studio.
But you didn't hear Neil deGrasse Tyson say, yes, we went to the moon.
Oh,
of course.
That guy.
Yeah. Of course we did.
Yeah.
That's stupid for you to question that. You never heard that?
He's bought and paid for. That guy is about as phony as they come. Don't get me wrong.
He's very likable.
I like to listen to him talk. I like to listen to him talk.
There you go.
When he talks about space, though.
When people speak with conviction, they can convince you of
But
a lot of
I
things.
like listening to him when he's talking about the universe. When he's talking about space. He's talking about how stars work, shit like
I
that.
get tired of his tweets because his tweets are like, nothing ever matters, nobody cares, nothing ever matters. Hey, you know this thing that you guys kind of enjoy, like Christmas? Oh, it doesn't matter, it's all bullshit. I get kind of annoyed by him.
Yeah,
like, I like the intellectual stuff that he does talk about, but then at a certain point, like, all he wants to do is break down everybody's fun. Oh, like what's a name like another freaking holiday, and I'm sure he put out some bullshit badass
Thanksgiving
tweet talking about how horrendous. Well, Thanksgiving, the natives and the Americans didn't really like each other, and they were killing each other, and boy, that didn't end out very well. Yeah, no shit, but people still like Thanksgiving. Can they enjoy it?
Like turkey, damn it.
That's just an example, but
You know what I want to get? You know what I want to get? You know what I want to get? You have me about 5 seconds away from saying fuck everything, and I want to go down to Wawa and get that new what's it called? You know what I'm talking
about. Jimmy starts burping, guys. He's had a few in him.
You know what I'm talking about? It's that Thanksgiving like hoagie.
Yeah,
they got stuffing, turkey, gravy, cranberry sauce, a whole nine, all in one hoagie.
All right, now we'll go back to the chats real quick.
I'm never going to get...
Before we continue on. You're never going to get what?
Healthy and sexy and strong and big. I'm always going to look like a unassuming nobody.
You
and
definitely
fucking...
are going to get big.
No, I don't think I am.
You're going to get big.
How many more hikes can I take, Ron? I'm struggling.
You're going to get big. You're going to be a big boy.
I don't just
Keep
don't...
eating. You're going to get big.
Yeah, fat.
You're going to be a circle. Don't you like circles?
No!
You don't want to be a circle?
I want to be a rectangle. A vertical rectangle. They're long and skinny. I don't know.
All right. Sorry, guys. We're coming back to the chats now.
We're coming back.
And then Paul said, my dad thinks the Linkin Park's singer was John Podesta's biological son. And if you look into it, seems legit. Not that I believe it, but my God.
and I like what he just said. Mm-hmm. When you look into it, like he's like, I don't really necessarily believe it, but I think it's fun, or there's some like legit.
Right.
It's like some conspiracy theories are just fun to fucking read. They're just fun to think about. Like, oh wow, I never thought about that. That could be true. It's like, and they're just, but it really isn't.
But and I'll say this.
It's like there's
because there's a lot of conspiracy theories that we can't cover on YouTube because we will get kicked off.
Yeah, we will.
But we'll just leave.
But I won't go into that.
Yeah,
sure, of course.
Keep going back to where you're going.
But it's like they say, like, oh, and I'm going to bring up a little wrestling thing here. It's like they go, oh, well, the McMahons really aren't a family. They don't really, they're just TV figures. Yeah. And there's actually the real owners behind the WWE organization. And these are just figureheads. Like Stephanie's not really Vince's daughter, and Vince and Linda really aren't married. Shane and them aren't brothers and sisters. Like, they're just figures for TV. So those are the that's a real conspiracy theory. Now I'm pretty sure only anyone who watches wrestling probably reads about that. I don't think anybody else would care about it. But it's like it's still fun. Those are fun.
A fun one. Yeah,
it's a fun one. Do I believe it? No.
Right.
Vince McMahon, come on. It's like I know Stephanie, Shane, and come on. Like I don't believe it at all. But it is fun to read. But bigger ones like the moon landing and shit like that. It's like, dude, I don't know, man. Yep. When you think about what the U.S. is willing to do, and I think they've shown that, what they're willing to do to get their point across, or to do what they want to do.
What they're willing, and I'm just gonna. What they're willing to do, or what they're willing to ignore.
Yeah, either or, both.
Maybe they've gotten warning signs of things that could happen, and they could have stopped it.
And they could have stopped it, but they didn't.
What? Politically, it'll be better because we have things that we need to do.
We need things we have to do.
We're going to let some bad things happen.
And that's happened. That happened to Okay, never mind.
Let's go. Come on, don't get us kicked off YouTube.
I'm not.
You'll get us kicked off YouTube faster than you playing a Mariah Carey song. They'll keep up with that stuff. Hey guys, we're rebels. We're bad boys.
We got 9 viewers now, so it's going up now. Right, I'm getting sick of seeing this 4 or 5.
You haven't been on YouTube. It's been 8 consistent.
Oh, okay.
We've been and it's going up. Everything's going up.
Well, I'm helping out the Facebook, so I have that stream pulled up.
100%. Then Darnell said, "Oh no, Paul said." Let me go. Darnell said, "Sorry guys, I keep jumping back and forth." Darnell said, "Talk that talk, Jimmy." Paul said, "You guys sound like conservatives." Neither Jimmy nor I claim any type of political affiliation, which I guess that might be a conservative stance.
Yeah, I don't even. Can I tell you something? No, okay, this is going to be my ignorance.
I'd rather you.
I don't even fully understand what conservative means. Let me tell you something. I take zero fucking political stance. Yeah. I'm not Republican, Democrat. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a vegetarian. Yeah. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Leave me alone. Let me live my life.
Yeah, and when I say I don't give a fuck, do I care about issues? Yes. Do I care about my country? Yes. But I'm not like you people. I'm not gonna be sitting there, oh my God, did you see Donald Trump's tweet today? Jesus Christ. Oh my God, did you see what conservatives are saying? Libertarians are out of control. Oh Jesus Christ. Like, get a fucking life.
Out of control.
Get a life.
Libertarians are a little bit out there, but
I don't know what any of it means.
Ron Paul 2012.
I don't know what any of it means, and I don't care what any of it means. I don't get involved in that stuff. I sound like a conservative. Yeah. I don't even know what that fucking means.
Right.
You could say I sound like fucking Madonna. Like, I don't care how I sound. I just stay in my lane. I do my thing. I live my life. You want to call it selfish, call me selfish. You want to call it ignorance, call it ignorance. You want to call whatever the fuck you want.
They do say that there's different political affiliations, not Democrat or Republican, but there's individualist and collectivist. There's people who need to collectivize our thoughts and try to be one for the group. Like, we're all for the group. Or there's individualists who are like, leave me alone, let me do my thing, just leave me alone.
So is that what an individualist is?
An individualist.
That's a real thing. That's a term. That's a thing.
That's a term. Yeah, that's a thing. That's not necessarily a political party, because I'd probably jump into that. I'd probably be all in. But yeah, there's a lot of different affiliations, and the collectivist goes into the whole communist thing, but that's not necessarily purely a communist thing. It's more so you just want to be in for the greater group, whether it's Americans, whether it's Democrats, whether it's Republicans, because realistically, Democrats and Republicans are supposed to be for the greater good of America.
Right.
Supposed to be. That's what.
And you have your sides, and you have your beliefs, Democrats do this and Republicans do that, so we don't like that, we don't like this, and we're gonna get on our side, team red, team blue, whatever.
But then you need to recruit as many people as you can to follow your cause, because you're not going to get the votes, and that's where it gets to where, how can we say this message in a way to make these people, and when I say these people, I don't know what demographics and what groups they're trying to, they're just trying to circles and squares. They're trying to get circles and squares. How do we get circles to fit into our squares?
Yeah.
Well, we can make them think that they're circles when they're really squares, but we don't know that. We'll get their votes, and that doesn't matter. That's how I think a lot of it is. Because really, politicians, it's not like there's some politicians who you would respect, but like a lot of them, a lot of these guys.
See, that's the thing and that's why and I don't mind saying this, you've been you're smarter at that stuff than like I am, because for example, we were in the shred shed earlier today talking about this fucking bracelet that I'm wearing, and I won't show what the symbol is. It's nothing offensive or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's a very common symbol you see every fucking where now, but you knew where it came from, what it meant, what the history was. You could on a dime be like, well, no, and you were letting the kid try to work it out.
He tried.
And then you were like, okay. So what it really was.
I wanted to see what
yeah. But it's I didn't even know any of that. I didn't know. And so you are very good when it comes to history, because we'll be talking about something even in here, and you'll be like, well, you know where that came from, right? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jesus, how many books do you read? It's stupid. Yeah, and it's but that's not a bad thing.
I should be posting it. And,
but at the same time, but then you open up the floodgates for everyone to comment on it.
I'd rather surprise you.
Yeah, so it's you know what?
I'm stupid, guys. I'm
stupid. But it's just well, I'm like, cool. I just learned something. You know what I mean? I didn't know that was the reason.
But that was pretty cool.
Blah blah blah.
Right?
Whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's when we start getting into all this, talking about what we've been talking about over the last 10 minutes, it's okay, you have a little more knowledge than I have. I choose to be ignorant. I don't pretend to know.
Right. You're not stupid.
I don't. But no, I'm not dumb.
Person. Right. You're not
but
dumb.
I don't.
Right.
I don't pretend to know.
Right.
And I don't act like I'm smarter than I am, or I don't try to say I am. I will tell you, I don't know shit about politics. I don't get into it because I don't want to.
Right.
It's not because I can't or because I didn't or whatever. I just don't want to. I don't want to get
involved.
involved.
Point, you'll be pulling your hair out, because if you pick the
team,
you
will.
If you pick the team for this election, and
be
I know
mad
you guys
all the
vote
time.
Wherever you want to, we don't give a shit. But if you if your team didn't win or lose, you're going to be pulling your hair. You're going to be going crazy. You're going to be stressed out.
On the more simpler,
be good.
Yes. Here's the thing: your life is going to be fine, but you're going to be stressed to the fucking. Let me tell you something. I stopped watching football 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, me too.
No. I legitimately stopped watching football because I got so stressed out, so worked up. What the fuck does it matter? Now, again, this is a very light, non-important example of what we're talking about. I'm not comparing football to our government and to politics. That's not what I'm doing, right? I'm not doing that. So for anybody, you know what I mean, Ron? I'm not comparing the two, but I'm just on a very simpler, basis.
But when it comes to your actual deals with it, sure, you don't want taxes to change and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
a lot of the stuff that they're talking about kind of is like you're watching TV, and then you're getting happy or mad from what they're saying on TV, because a lot of your personal, real, legitimate lives, that whole system that we have is set up to not change so fast. Because it does need to change, but at least it's not changing so quickly to where it's we need a revolution every couple of years. Because you can change people's minds on a dime.
Yeah.
People's minds change a lot. So,
I don't know.
Similarities. I'm just arguing that there are similarities.
There certainly are.
That's the weird thing about
I was just
pick their tribe.
trying to make a very lighthearted point that I stopped watching football because I got too worked up about it. If the fucking Ravens lost, I was I'm mad. I'm mad until the next game. If they lose again, I hate purple. I hate this city. They're a bunch of worthless assholes. Fuck them. God, fire this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get too heated from it.
And I'll be sitting there watching. I'm throwing shit. I'm getting mad.
Yep.
I'm throwing chips off the table. I'm getting up, walking outside. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. And I know not every football fan acts that way.
Right.
I did.
Right.
And it wasn't an act. I legitimately was getting upset that we were losing or that whatever, this person missed
and
this.
You would have this anxiety
and I'm
you'd be angry.
Who gives a shit? guess what? I'm going to stop watching it. I still follow the Ravens on like Instagram and stuff like that, but that's it. That's all I get my info from. Oh, they lost. Oh, they won. Cool. Like apparently they just played, and I say they because I can't stand people that say we. I hate it.
Support us?
No.
Our team, we won against the Steelers.
I hate when they go, well, if that's what I was getting into. But I was saying, like, when they go, oh, we could have made that, or we did this, or we're playing this person, or we would have done better if we would have had this guy out on the we. You didn't do shit. You sat your fat ass in your fucking recliner drinking a Budweiser eating fucking nachos. Like, you didn't do anything.
Right.
I understand the team spirit dynamic, your city, I get that. And that was just always a small peeve of mine that just drove me crazy.
Right.
But I digress. But the Ravens just played the Steelers and lost.
Right.
By a very slim amount. It was like 21-24 or some shit like that. Like it was
heartbreaking.
It was a very slim amount, but that's always been the Ravens. That's their team. That's their rivalry.
Dude,
it's been a thing forever.
Every Monday, it was either hearing how awesome the Ravens were and how awesome they did, or how the referees screwed us over.
Yep. Oh, the refs. Oh,
the refs always screwed
Ravens
us over.
lost, so there had to be cheating involved, right?
The refs screwed us over, man.
Or everybody loved Flacco to death when they were winning, but as soon as Flacco started losing, oh, we hate him. Get him out of here.
Yep.
Fire this person, fire that person. Oh, we hate them, we hate them, we hate them, we hate them. The only person that Ravens fans love across the board is Justin Tucker. That's the only fucking guy, because he could kick a ball from here to the fucking moon and hit a target. Like, that's the only person.
Do you think he really kicked that ball to the moon, though?
Yeah, I believe him. I buy into that. That little skinny son of a bitch. But you know what? Guess what? When that's your only job, and you're getting paid millions for it, you better kick that motherfucking ball through that goddamn goalpost. You fuck.
This is a great rant. That's a great fucking rant right there.
So, anyways.
You better. So, and Darnell back in the chat said that population control, that's all it is. Talking about COVID. COVID.
There's a lot more population control, too, other than one little virus. I can tell you that much.
There's a lot more. Paul Montego said, do you guys believe we landed on the moon? I think that you could listen to our conversation and figure that out, brother. And he said that he's way smarter than us, talking about your boy, Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he's so much smarter than everybody.
Good for him.
And then, but he must be depressed, because Paul went on to say that smart people are notoriously depressed. They all know that the planet is doomed.
What I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, DeGrassi, whatever the fuck his weird ass name is. I think what old Neil's problem is, I think his mustache is smarter than him, and I think it fucks with him. I think it fucks with him.
Focus.
I think his mustache is what controls everything. His mustache is probably what's sending out all those negative tweets, and it's fucking him up.
Right.
So he might want to shave it, but he might be scared too. That's the thing.
All right, now I have a comment from Jill Jones. Are you ready? Are you ready for Jill's comment? Both of you are correct, your language. Looking at you is wonderful until I hear language that makes me shrink.
Like fuck, cunt, bitch, shit, bollocks, ass.
Bollocks?
Like,
Bollocks
I don't know.
You had to throw bollocks in there. But there's a certain amount of people that will enjoy it, unfortunately. And then Darnell
They're just
said,
words.
It's a work. Politics, TV, music, etc. In my opinion, I am with you on that.
Yeah,
Darnell.
I was going to say I think
everything is a work. Like
I think everything is.
Ruins it.
I think everything. Wrestling ruins everything. I will watch a fucking reality show with somebody, and I'm like, you know, all this shit's fake, right? You know this, and they're like, shut up. What are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
you don't know how TV works, do you?
You don't know TV.
Oh, it's reality, is it? Okay.
If you talk to Ric Flair, you're going to be like, oh, man, I think you're one of the best wrestlers. And Ric Flair's going to be like, no, man. I play one on TV.
Wrestling does ruin shit for you because you look at everything and even sports. You look at sports and go, oh, come on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
this person wasn't, they weren't paid off. Okay. They have somebody in their ear telling them to lose or telling them, oh, take this money, bribe, all this. Like, give me a break, man. Come on.
And Paul said, I once killed a man over football.
It was brother against brother at the Super Bowl.
I know. Ain't that some shit?
Ravens versus San Francisco at the Super Bowl.
And then what happened at halftime?
The lights were going off. The shit. His brother versus brother.
That's back when you... Was that like the last year you watched it?
And no. I was still on board.
Because,
Ravens won, but I know I was still on... I didn't realize I had an anger issue issue with football until a couple years ago. But that's too perfect. That's too perfect. And the stadium they were in, somebody might have to look this up. I forget the stadium, but it wasn't like a brand new. No, maybe it wasn't a brand new stadium. That stadium had some sort of significance. It had some sort of significance. Everything made too much sense, lined up too perfectly. But anyway,
What was it?
Isn't that the year fucking Ray Lewis retired? One of the greatest fucking football players of all time.
Yep.
One of the greatest
on that weird,
and
crazy night.
He won. Yep. That was his last game.
Yep. And it was brother. It was the brother.
And it was brother versus brother.
The
brother.
Bowl,
I don't know. It was a Harbowl.
Harbowl
or whatever.
Whatever you want to call it.
So it was too perfect. It was too. And listen, hey, I'll say this: if you're gonna rig something to give that old cowboy his last ride, then do it because he deserved it. And I will say Ray Lewis deserved it because he's one of the greatest fucking people.
The Ravens, because the Ravens were in the lead in the halftime. And then they had the lights go out, and then when they came back, it was like, "Whoa, this was way too long."
It was,
We were on our, but they held them out.
They held them, but you
got to work it. You got to make them. You got to make it seem
that's some
like
drama.
Yeah,
it's called drama.
Yeah, it's called.
It's called. People are gonna talk about this shit.
Right. We're gonna make you look so good, Ray.
People
are always gonna remember.
Oh, and
he
looked like a beast too. He had that big ass bionic arm shit going on, and his helmet was different than everybody's. He had that aggressive looking. And he would just plow. He would mow your ass.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Without even thinking.
And I loved it. What I miss about the Ravens is how goddamn brutal and aggressive we used to be known for. And I said we again, but you hear me but I'm saying the Ravens used to. People knew when they came to Baltimore, it was going to be a rough, physical, aggressive game. Even if the Ravens lost,
even if you win,
you're going to leave with some bruises. Yeah, you're going to leave like we're a hard-hitting team. And now it's like, oh, they're there. Oh no, everybody's good. Let's wear pink for breast cancer.
They didn't touch you.
You might as well start playing flag football because all the vets are gone. Wait a minute. Suggs is still there, but he ain't doing nothing.
Flag football. I just wanted to clarify. Sorry.
Yeah. It could be the other one too, but
you're a bad
that's basically what it is.
You know?
But that's basically what it is. You know what I mean? It's just, but it's.
Well, pause.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Back to the comments.
All right, go because I'm on a football thing now. That's why I don't watch football.
It's flag football, Jimmy. You almost said you almost messed it up. You forgot that L in there. You can't be doing that.
Oh, hey, easy.
Always. I didn't say anything. You know, we're figuring out our ways how we can say things without saying them, right?
Yeah.
We're getting there. Jill said foosball, Jimmy. It's called foosball. Paul Montego said, I once killed a man over football. His initials were JFK. Believe it. I believe it. I'm on that. Did you act alone, Yikes. Paul? Did you act alone? Did you have anybody work with you on that? Jill Jones said, oh, no, here we go. Do you want to hear another Jill? Do you want to hear another Jill? I would love to. You would love to? All right. She said, I was once on my period watching football.
Me too.
That's it. You said me too?
Me too.
And then Paul, going back, so he asked us if we believe that the moon landing was legit. He said, why would we lie about being on the moon?
Oh, God.
He wants to know why. Do the other thing. Don't.
I don't know. No, I'm going to plug anything.
There's an extension cord down there. Plug it into that. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
You're good to go.
No, I wasn't going to unplug. I was looking for somewhere. I didn't think I could. My phone's about to die.
Hello, rowdy ladies from the front row. We love you guys.
Oh no.
Why would? Oh, is that the? You need a
iPhone.
I can grab I'll grab an iPhone real quick. We want to keep you online, but you. Answer
have to get a cable.
I'll go pee while I go too. Answer the why would we?
I'm not gonna.
We're getting backed up, but I'll answer it because Russia was trying to be there too, and we needed to prove that we got there before them. And they already put a monkey and a dog into space, so we had to get somebody there.
And that's the lightest version of an explanation.
Like,
if you have Netflix, they got several different shows on Netflix, or just go to YouTube and look it up. There's so many. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain because again, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but and I'm bad at just explaining shit to begin with, but yeah, I mean, more or less, that's pretty much why. And there was a lot of other shit at stake too. There's a lot of other things that we had to make happen. Perfect. So, but yeah. Plus, we were just talking about that a second ago. So I'm not gonna go all the way back into it. I know it's not like, oh, I believe shit without knowing what I'm talking about. I'm drunk and I don't fucking feel like explaining this shit to you. I don't have to, so go look it up. So, what were you talking about right before that, though?
I was going through the chats.
Yeah. You said you were backed up. Yeah, so go ahead and just read all the chats.
And Lisa Nolan, thank you. We love you guys. We're going to see you guys back in December, which December is going to be a cool month if everything doesn't shut down for us because we have our big trip down back to Alabama and Georgia. And then you got like something coming up as well, but we won't talk about that yet until everything, unless it's not all shut down. And then back to the chat, Paul Montego said Ray Lewis was a murderer, allegedly.
Good. That makes him cooler.
Jill Jones said, "Can we give Jimmy a hair wash with goosebumps?" We knew something was going to come from Jill.
With goosebumps.
Jill's comments so far they've been like pretty conservative. Like I was on my period during watching football. Aren't a lot of women?
Is goosebumps?
If you're a woman and you watch football, you're probably like eventually the weeks are going to end up to where you might be on your period watching football.
Yeah, I mean they got to line up at some point.
And then Paul said, "I had multiple friends help me." Help you what, Paul? What are you talking about, buddy?
Well, we're backed up, so that might have been like
Oh no! All right, one more coming from Jill, and I guess you can go back. You can holler back at her because she's hollering at you. All right? Okay. She said, "Dudes, I swear, I love you, especially Dirty Jimmy."
Oh, that's
she thinks
it.
You're dirty. Yeah, she thinks you're dirty.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be worse than that. Dirty Jimmy.
Dirty Jimmy. Worse than It wasn't that bad. Yeah, you're starting to slide a little bit. Lisa from Alabama, they do it. So you have to come back. So you think about voting. It sucks. What are you talking about, Lisa?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
I didn't know what she meant. I'm going to jump back over here onto the YouTubes now. YouTube's over here. Laura said, my stupid word, social distancing, isn't new. It's called stay out of my personal space. Totally makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, stand too close to somebody in line at any given time. It's like, dude, can you back up a little bit? Give me some space.
Yep. And then she said, "Oh my, I've been watching football for 40 years. I have always been an angry football watcher. They have to keep breakable objects away from me."
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because if I got really into it, I would just like be.
Dude, that was a problem. I'm not trying to be like, yeah, I know people have bigger issues than football, but like I used to.
Right,
I used to get too mad, and I had to be honest with myself. How much do I really care about this shit? You know what I mean? I don't. So fuck it. Right. So I stopped watching. Oh, Ravens won? Cool. Ravens lost? All right, I don't care. Doesn't matter. I've never been a baseball fan. I'm not a big sports guy. Right. I don't watch hockey, tennis. Is tennis and golf even a, who are we kidding?
But I don't.
A sport? I don't know. So, I'm not a UFC guy. I mean, I know you guys, your family, your brothers and cousins and stuff. You guys love watching UFC and stuff. I've just never been into it. Wrestling, as much as you can call it a sport, is about the only thing I was ever into. What is basketball? Basketball, I could give a fuck about basketball. I don't care about what. I could give a shit about basketball. I mean, I do like, because I'm from the South, I do like NASCAR a little bit. But I don't watch the races. I'm not into it.
Right.
I don't have my favorite, NASCAR driver. I don't really care. But if you had to make me pick something, how much of a redneck do I sound? Like wrestling and NASCAR. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You're very redneck.
Jesus Christ.
You're definitely from South Carolina.
But again, I'm not saying I'm a NASCAR fan. I just don't. Yeah, if I had to pick one. Is monster trucks a sport? Yeah, that's pretty badass.
I would be with
You know what I
monster,
mean?
I would be
Maybe
with
like
monster trucks
motocross.
too, dude. I would be with monster trucks too.
Maybe stuff like motocross. I've always thought that was very awesome. Like we got all those dirt bikes and all the hills and all the fucking crazy shit. But they're probably playing that too, you know. But yeah, I've never been into sports. I've never been a sports guy.
You're not into sports balling, man.
What?
You're not into sports ball. Paul said you should be drinking Budweiser or Bush. Bush is probably more redneck.
Bush.
Most of the legitimate.
I'm
redneck
drinking
guys down in
Michelob
Florida.
because it's healthier. You know, I was reading one of the guys brought beer last night, right? And they bought Corona Extra, and I love Corona.
Extra.
It's just
I do like Corona.
It's just a good Corona.
I have a soft spot for Corona.
It's
myself.
just a good Corona. You don't even pay attention to it. Normally, when you say, "Hey, can I have a Corona?" They
Right.
give you a Corona Extra. That's the normal
that
Corona,
makes
right?
sense, yeah.
So, anyways, 147 calories, 13.7 carbs. So, this is 95 calories, 2.5 carbs.
That's crazy.
13 carbs, 2.5 carbs. 147, or maybe it's a 137. It's either 137 or 147, but
That's crazy, though.
either way, 95. And this is 4.2%. 4.2% alcohol by volume. Corona's 4.6.
It's all around better.
Corona's 4.6.
So do we have a new?
You're getting a cunt hair above Corona.
Do
So
do I have a new beer that I have to keep stocked here?
no, you took
Instead of
that
Michelob
totally the
Ultra?
wrong way. You took that. You went in the opposite direction where I
What,
was
the
going.
Corona's worse than that?
Well, yeah, yes.
I thought it was
they
better.
add up.
I was thinking. No, I was listening to Michelob, and I was thinking you were saying the Michelob
You weren't
was
listening.
with the Corona.
Don't
and the
try to
Corona
dig
was-
yourself
No,
out.
I was listening halfway. Give me half.
All right, I'll give you half.
I was living half because I'm trying to multitask. You know.
All right, but no, I'm saying 2.6, 95 calories,
Oh, that was 100 calorie. Oh,
140.
Okay.
140 calories, and Corona was 13.7
Oh, no,
carbs.
no.
So it's more
that's
carbs,
way,
more calories.
Way worse.
And the percentage of alcohol, this is 4.2, Corona's 4.6. So that's
even
negligible. It's not even.
Not even worth it.
So I'm saying, yeah,
What about that one?
yeah,
How does that one measure up to Michelob Ultra?
170 calories
And that
versus
was
95.
94. There you go. That's already
So
not done.
this
not
is,
so
I
good.
mean, this is good, yeah, but
Not so
this
good.
has more calories than Corona. But anyways, 5 carbs, so that's pretty good. 5 carb versus
many
13. This is 2.6.
See.
So this is still a little bit better.
Okay.
But where you take the cake, this is 8%.
what I'm
so,
saying.
so you're going to drink less of those because here's the
'Cause
kicker.
that's the thing.
Here's the kicker. This is half of that,
Right.
alcohol-wise, right? Even though the macros on that are a little worse than what my Michelob is, you're going to drink less of those because you're going to get to that point quicker.
Right.
'Cause of
Where
the
you-
alcohol.
Right. So you don't need it. Right.
I'm going to drink more of these.
Right. So
Even though this is healthier,
justification for something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you feel a little bit more. You don't really. Need
you
to
might
in
drink
all
2
that
or
crap.
3 of those. I'll drink 5 or 6 of these. So I'm still probably coming out
Right.
more. My number's going to be higher than yours. I don't know what we're fucking talking about.
All right, I'm going to bring us back real quick. So Paul said, shaking my head, dude, don't believe we've been to the moon, but he's comparing beer calories.
I'll compare dick sizes too if I fucking want to.
And he said, beer companies are lying, bro. They have a reason to beat the competition. And then he said, what's Hillary Clinton's number? I don't know what Hillary Clinton's number is. Jill Jones
Fucking
said,
phone number? Like what the fuck?
Paul, what was in President Lincoln's pocket the night he was shot? Everybody knows that. A watch. Duh. What else you got?
Oh, that was like a Game Boy or something.
I don't know. It could have been a Game Boy. He could have had the first Game Boy, and then it didn't come out until years later because he was assassinated.
Probably a
before he
box
could
of
release
condoms.
it. He probably. They didn't have them back then.
I know. I'm just making
Probably
shit up.
not anyway. I don't.
I
know
was
for
about to
sure.
say probably an iPhone, but
Well, I would go with the game. I was going to say GameCube.
That's probably what he was doing when he was sitting there watching that annoying ass concert or theater shit. He was probably sitting there playing his Game Boy, and then somebody fucking whacked him.
And somebody was like, you know what? I'll end it for you, buddy. Let me.
Yeah, I got you. They probably were in on it together. He was probably, dude, take me out of my misery. I can't deal with this shit no more, dude. He was like, I got you, man.
Yep. And then Jill Jones, of course, Jill has the answer. She said the answer is a small revolver, a Confederate $5 bill, and spectacles. That's not very interesting. I thought it would be something better. Come on, Jill, bring us some fire next time. That was okay, but it wasn't like the best comment in the world. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't great. It had me think for a second. I was thinking GameCube, but he said Game Boy.
GameCube?
Yeah,
That's a whole game console.
a whole game console. In his
He's like
pocket,
that
man.
big.
Well, he had that technology, and that's what they were trying to stop him from releasing.
Was Game Boys?
Yeah, they had to end it.
GameCubes.
They had to end it. They were like, you know
Nintendo.
what?
He had the whole thing.
You've done enough damage to us. I don't even know who they've. I guess whoever's enemies were back in the day. And Jill said that was the truth. Well, that's great, Jill. Anyway, back to what I named the episode after. I did name the episode. Everybody threw me off track now. Goals accomplished. Now what? Now, we just had our recent new maxes that we had in the old shred shed, and you started way back 7 or 8 months ago now. How long have we been talking about this stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And I think that Leland's been there for a long time as well. Now, he's at least been there for 12 weeks, and I started you guys, I think we gave him 2 to 3 weeks of weightlifting to get used to it and then put him on a little program. So now we just got to the end of the program, and both of you guys just went up in your new, and you hit your goals, and now it's like, oh, well, now that you hit your goals, what's now? Do you just want to quit lifting weights now that you reached your goals, now that you got your 1 rep max?
Yes.
Now you're done, right? I did what I wanted to do. I'm good.
Good.
What the fuck, Ron? I told you I was done. No, Jimmy, we have a new program. What do you mean? I'm done. I'm good to go.
I'm all out of my medicine now. I'm done with my workout plans. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm out of Benadryl?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so where are you going with this? The maxes?
Yeah. So where do we go now? Goals accomplished. Now what?
So today I benched my body weight.
Yep.
And I benched
over your body weight.
10 pounds. Was it 95?
195.
90.
195.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not 90, but I couldn't remember if it was 190 or 195.
Yeah.
It was 195?
Yeah, but it wasn't 200.
I couldn't get that extra 5 fucking pounds.
Dude, you were like, I wish
5 pounds.
I should have took video. It was
what the fuck is 5 pounds?
It's stupid, right?
Why?
It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
My body weight, well, right now I'm like 182, 183 or something like that. But I set my max, which I don't think this is the ideal way of setting your bench max. But I set my bench max at 185 because I wanted to bench my body weight. I was like, that's a good base, good starting point. Bench my body weight. We'll go from there. Mm-hmm. So today I did that. I benched 185, and then
which is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, and
that's huge. Man.
And then I did 195. So I benched 10 pounds over my body weight. Mm-hmm. So then we threw on some 2.5s.
I had to push you a little bit more.
And you got it to 200.
Like, oh, come on, Ron. Why do you want me to do that? Well, man, we got to keep going.
We threw on 2.5s, which equals 5. Mm-hmm. So the guy that doesn't believe we went to the moon and is reading beer calories can also do math. And we did 2.5s and then 5. No, I don't read the comments anymore.
Okay, I'll just update us.
They fucking irritate me, so I don't read them. But
all right, well, I'll update us with the new.
Well, I was just saying. So then I did 195, but we slapped on some 2.5s to make it 200, and for some stupid fucking goddamn reason, I could not bench 200. But I was so close.
But you saw Leland too. Leland was 3 times in a row. He was so close and just couldn't quite get it. And he's just close to his body weight. His body weight is 120. And he got 110.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering,
for 150.
We're talking about me in the same sentence as a 14-year-old. So I love when that happens.
My body has been fucked up for a couple years now, so I haven't been able to properly max. Now, like I was telling you earlier, now that we're on this new program, I'm excited about the new program because I'm going to be doing me some new maxes. And, you know, you don't always have to, like the whole 1 rep max thing, it's fun to like see where you are. And it's not absolutely necessary whatsoever. It's just a fun thing that I like to, I like using it for training. It's totally not necessary. It's not needed. It's not, it doesn't, it tells you like, yeah, sure, where your 1 rep max is. And that helps you like try to gain more strength. But at a certain point, there's going to be diminishing value because you're not going to be gaining all that much crazy strength. So it's not like super important. Yeah. But for somebody like Leland, it definitely is because that's like he's going to be getting those types of results.
Because then when you reset those numbers and you go on the next plan, it's like, okay, I did my max for 1. Right. So I know I can do that. So you're going to have to drop it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if soon you drop that by 10 or 15 pounds, you're going to surpass that in a few weeks.
Yep.
Right?
And that's the thing. And that's what like Leland especially realized with his squats because his squat started off at 135 and he was only squatting that. And now he's squatting 180, which is just a big, huge jump. But we knew that was going to be it because the kid never worked out before. He's very young. He has still the form's not perfect, but we're getting him there. We're getting him to these positions, to these points, because he wants to be strong.
And, I mean, let's be honest. How many 14-year-olds do you know that can squat 180?
Not many.
You know what I'm saying?
Not many. And not many who bring it down that low and then bring it back
up. Yeah. And, I mean, I know it's because he likes to give me shit all the time because he's just a kid and he likes to talk shit.
That's what he likes.
But,
likes that.
I don't squat ass to the grass. Right. I can't. I'm not making excuses. No, but my knees and my hips and my shit like that, sorry, but and I've seen, call it right or wrong, I don't know. I mean, I've seen enough people, Ron, but I've seen a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of guys working out, a lot of people that are in phenomenal shape. They don't go all that low. No. They go down about chair position and they come back up. Or they'll literally put a chair down, sit, and come back up. Right. There's all these but I see the whole ass to the grass thing and get that bounce and come up. I see all that,
but could hurt you too.
It could hurt you
if you
I'm not concerned about doing that. Right, I'm going to get low to the. You know, like a good L.
Right. You know, and then nice parallel and then back up.
Come back up.
Yeah, like the ass to the grass, and I've just trained myself to be able to get to the point to where I can, you know, like I've gotten myself there. But before that, you know, before I started having the hip issues, I would get a lot lower. I would get I always got very low.
Yeah.
But I started having hip issues because I wasn't strengthening that front part. Right. So then I had to back off. And I didn't do any heavy squats for like a year. So now I'm working back into it. Right. Now I'm excited for the next workout because now I'm gonna be hitting it hard. I'm going to be smart about how I hit it though. I'm definitely going to be doing all the preparation that I need to. But
when you hit it hard, you always have to be smart about hitting it hard because you can fuck some stuff up.
You can mess a lot of things up for a lot of years.
Don't hit it too hard.
For a lot of years too.
Be smart.
You best be careful.
Always be smart.
Y'all better be careful out there.
When you hit it hard.
Paul said, I'm 140 and I'm trying to get to 202. Me and this dude should work out.
Always, when you're hitting it hard, make sure you wrap it up. Like your knee wraps and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Wrap it up and wrap it up tight. Yep. Don't wrap it up too tight to where you knock your wraps off, though. You want to keep your wraps on you because
I've had that happen before.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all?
Who's working out togetger? Whose comment was that? Sorry.
No, Paul said that I'm 140 and I'm trying to get up to 202. Me and this dude should work out. He's talking about Leland. Leland's 120, but Leland's trying to get up to he wants to squat 200, and he wants to our goal is to get him to bench press his body weight. That's everybody's. If you're in our shred shed, your first goal is to bench press your body weight. Man, woman, circle, square, whatever you are. That's the goal we're trying to get you is at least be able to do that. And if you don't like it, then, you know, maybe not if you're much older, then it's a lot harder on your body. And it's just like we were talking about earlier, Jimmy Sinndred has problems, not necessarily problems, but he has a hard time getting below parallel because his hips don't work out that way. So sometimes you might have a hip impingement, and that's just anatomically the way that your body is structured to where you can't go down below parallel, or parallel is just as low as you can go and you can't even go up. So
my thing is, I don't mean to, I'm just saying and listen, my hips don't lie, so I listen to them. You know what I mean?
I believe you because I've had the hip issue, so I know.
But when I watch a lot of workout videos. Mm-hmm. from guys that I follow or
Yep.
people like celebrities or just people that I like the way they look. So I
Greg
want to see
Doucette, because I've
Greg
become
Doucette is one of
You
them.
turned me on to Greg Doucette, and now
Yeah.
I just watch all his stuff. 'Cause
He's
I'm
so
like, "Man, I love
entertaining,
this
too."
guy."
It's like,
he's
yeah.
entertaining, but he's like,
But you know what he's talking
but he knows what
gets
he's
it.
talking about, and but he doesn't bullshit you. He doesn't
Yeah.
bullshit people.
Yeah,
you know?
I like that.
I like the real people. You
Yeah,
know?
and he can back it up, which is what I like about it. But yeah, guys like him, though, he doesn't do a lot of training videos, although now that I purchased his cookbook, I get those like emails where I take part in these surveys and these questionnaires and what do you want to see more of and stuff like that. And
What do you tell him you want to see more of?
well, I don't fill him out all the time. He doesn't send them a lot, but I say
That's still cool though. that
cooking
he's done
videos because I would like to see Greg Doucette cook more.
He does a lot.
Since he
comes with
does
a lot of stuff.
have
I
a
didn't realize
cookbook.
that.
And I would like to see him do more workout videos.
Like of what to do.
Like what to do, how to do it, what
but
he
you
does,
know
stuff
his
like
main
that.
gravy is when people call him out. He's got to talk
Oh,
shit.
yeah, he
has
does
to talk
it. That's
shit.
what he does. But anyways,
Hated that.
I follow and I watch a lot of workout videos, right? And I see these people squatting. And I'm going, okay, I know there's different ways to do this. I know there's different, blah, blah, blah. But I'm seeing all these people squatting pretty much the same depth, if you will, distance that I am.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, maybe because when I go low, ass to the grass and bounce up, it hurts.
Right.
And I don't feel it. My knees click and they pop and they crack and they're sore after that. My hips, all of the things that shouldn't be sore after squatting are sore on
right.
me. Not my back, not my lower. It's like,
No, but your knees
you know what I
shouldn't
mean?
be- right.
Or my quads, of course, because your legs are going to hurt after squatting. But my knees and my hips,
Right.
my lower back should not be that fucked up.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to start doing it like all these other people I see doing it. And it's like, you know what? And it's more comfortable for me. Not that working out should be comfortable, but I'm just saying like it shouldn't hurt either. Like you need to
Exactly.
push yourself past your limits, but don't hurt yourself. Don't
Right.
go, oh, well, it hurts. Oh, well, I just need to do it. Like, no, you're going to fuck your shit up.
Right.
So it's
Exactly.
like I go down and I'm like, there we go. And I come back up and I'm like, all right, I'm good with that. I can squat that. I didn't go all the way down, bounce, come back up. But, we all have our different,
okay,
it's like
Right, exactly.
I could see if I was just barely popping a squat and coming back up. I mean, I've seen people do that. And I'm like, you call that a squat?
Right. Those are high squats. Yeah. The high water squats don't. But you're not doing yourself any favors. As long as you're getting to
I
parallel
don't get the point of that.
or just above parallel,
Yeah.
you're good. You're getting your squat in. Like you might not win a squatting competition.
Yeah, but I'm also
it's
not
like
in
I was,
one.
But it's like I was talking about earlier because we were looking at the way that Leland was doing
The
his
bench press.
Right, he's a very inexperienced lifter. So the way that he's doing it, he's trying to do it to the best of his abilities to get that weight off of his chest. And for him, like he's like, okay, I want to hurry up and try to go. Like,
Yeah,
I can
he
already
goes
see it. Like,
really
He
quickly.
unracks it and then he just wants to go and
Yeah.
get it over with
Yeah.
and just rock and roll.
But you can't do that.
He's got to learn, right?
Which is what I was asking you about earlier.
Yep.
I was like, I've
Yep.
noticed he comes down and
Yep.
it's
Yep.
like, whoa, slow down.
fast.
Like
Right
you
now,
can
it's
come
okay.
down with the bounce, but like he's like, and I'm like, and he's all over here,
But-
and he's
but-
like this, and he's
And that's like for me as I'm watching him, I'm like, he just has to learn.
He has to
because
learn
he
that.
doesn't have enough experience doing one repetition maxes. First of all, and as we were getting down to the lower weight, his max already increased beyond what the workouts were calling for. So the workouts were calling for weight that he could do easily. So it wasn't even
Right.
challenging for him. So now this next workout is going to be challenging because now his max is not going to go up as fast. Because
Yeah.
now we've gotten all of the stability muscles, we've stabilizer muscles, we've gotten all of that. Like you have to ingrain the movements into your head first, into your body, so that you know how to do the movement. So now whenever you know how to do the movement, you're going to be working the muscles. You're going to be like gaining more muscle. And like, who knows like how scientifically exactly it happens, but this is just the process that you're going to be getting to get better.
This is
you're
what
going to
the
be doing
books
to get
tell
better.
us.
It's just one of those things,
Yes, yeah.
It's just what they say, as they say.
as they say, and I have fun with it. Like I was telling you earlier, I do want to work out more. I want to work out more days a week. We have our main lifting days, but I would like to I want to do more. I want to work out more,
Yep.
and
And
so
we
it's
we're going to be doing we've got that because I've been sneaking over and doing some arm workouts and some little things here and there in between because I haven't been able to like really push it like I want to, but now that we're changing up our workouts, I'm ready to
and it's
roll
like
out.
I go downstairs to my apartment gym, and my apartments, you know, because we all know like apartment gyms are small and they're very basic and stuff like that. But I live in some bougie ass apartments, so the gym at my apartments it's pretty nice for an apartment gym.
Right.
It's a nice gym. Their dumbbells only go up to 50.
Yep.
That's the one shitty thing about that
Right.
that gym.
Which is
they
why I'm
only
happy
go
about
up to
the
50.
dumbbells that we had today.
But they have everything else you could need in a normal
And you're good to go.
gym. And it's like, so I get down there and you know, which I don't use dumbbells for much, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, they don't have free weights. It would be cool if they did, like bars and shit like that and plates and stuff. But there's these one apartments I was looking at downtown that I wanted to move into. They have a full-blown gym. And they have bars and free weights and all kinds of shit. Anyways.
Yep. So Paul said 2 days ago I did 135 for 16 and I weigh 140. Are you talking about squats or are you talking about bench press, Paul? We got to know that first of all. But when I go to do super heavy, I can't do reps. So are you talking about squats or bench press, first of all? And second of all, a lot of times your body may be it may be easier for your body to do the higher repetitions than the lower repetitions because you have fast twitch and slow twitch muscles. So some people like are better at being sprinters genetically. Some people are genetically better at being sprinters than they are long distance runners. Long distance runners are usually very lanky, very lean, and they can cover a long distance for pretty fast. But if you look at sprinters have a lot of muscle on their legs. They have a lot of muscle on their body. They look pretty bulky. But that's because they have to have that muscle that's going to propel them as fast as humanly possible to get past that line for a 40 or a 50 or whatever.
Is this Paul dude? Is that the dude that wanted to have like a competition with you?
No. That was
another guy.
He fell off anyway. He was one of those kids that jump in and jump out.
Gotcha.
So that's okay. Like I'll try to see if he wants to do it later. You know, but you know, people.
No, I was trying to figure out who this guy was.
I'm just trying to be a positive influence, and if he's there, cool. But if he disappears, then I can't really help you, man. If you disappear, that's just kind of part of it, you know. Like people come in and they come out. But so hopefully one day he'll come back and he'll want to have his squat competition, and we can figure out something for that to make it more fair, anyway. But no, Paul weighs 140, and he was doing 135. And let me see, bench. Then I do 150 for 5, and I can max around 195. But Paul, how long are you doing your? So he said then I would
max
do
around 195.
150 for a set of 5, but I can max around 195. His bench press max is about 195.
So he's repping 150 5 times.
Right.
How did he get that max of 195 for one?
But whenever he goes lower reps, he's talking about like lower reps that he can do. He can do lower reps.
Oh.
Rodney, don't want to have no competition with me. I didn't. Whatever, Paul. Shut up. But no, like, so we're talking about like the genetics and the different types of muscle fibers that you have, and like how that pertains to like how you're going to be able to handle the workouts, and you can train yourself to get used to the heavier weight, even if you're not genetically predisposed to having that fast twitch muscle fiber that's going to push that muscle a lot, to push that weight a lot faster. So the main thing that you can do, that you can try to do to help your 1 rep max or your lower rep maxes, is train heavy for like 2, maybe 3 months consistently, pushing heavy weight. And then even at that point, your 5 rep max could still be like 10 to 15 pounds higher than what your actual 1 rep max is. Meaning that if you were to work the percentages out and you maxed out doing, 155 or 150 for that set of 5, but then you can only do 195 for 1, but you can do 150 for 5, which means you should be able to do more than 195. Sometimes your genetics have a factor in it as well.
I'm glad you bring up genetics, because that's another reason I want to work out more, because I don't think genetically not gifted. Like when it comes to muscles, like nobody in my family, I'm pretty goddamn sure I'm the only person in my family that's ever touched a weight.
Right.
Like legit on my dad and mom's side. Like my thing is that like my family, they're not big people. They're not tall people. Yeah. They're not built people. Like I've never seen anyone in my family that's been like jacked or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I know I have that against me. I don't have that in my blood.
Yep.
So I need to do more to get my body past where I need it to be.
Right. Or to get it to where you need it.
I want it to be, and I want it past that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too, because my family, now that I'm looking back on it, because like neither one of us really know majority of what our family looks like or is or anything like that, just with the way that we grew up,
from like grandparents on forward, kind of, maybe a little bit.
So
my uncle was a cop. My grandfather was a cop. It's about the most active thing I think anybody in my family's ever done.
At least they were doing something. I don't have any cops in my family. I don't think.
I mean, they're all retired now.
I was going to make a comment, but I don't want to get too personal. I don't want to say what they would.
They don't have to.
They would have the interactions with the. They would be.
Oh, of course.
They'd be having interactions with.
All my family definitely know the cops.
My family had interactions. They have
a lot of interactions with them.
A lot of experience with the cops, but they weren't cops, Mm-hmm. But I try not to.
I always thought my uncle was cool because now my uncle is not biologically my uncle. He's my aunt's husband. Mm-hmm. My aunt is my aunt, like she's my dad's sister. But my uncle, he was all kinds of cops, dude. I mean, he's been like a detective and a lieutenant and a sheriff and a this and a that and a crime scene guy. And I used to think he was so fucking cool, because I was really big into like CSI and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, he does that shit. It's like I always thought it was really cool. My grandfather, my mom's dad, he was a full blown like cop. Like he was
full blown.
Yeah, dude. He looked like a cop. He was a
Did he have
cop.
a buzz cup?
He was a deputy sheriff, all kinds. Oh yeah. Awesome. Oh, he had the whole gimmick. It was all he was living the gimmick, man. I tell you.
Yep.
Yeah,
but see, some people are just that.
That's good though.
Right? Yeah.
That's a good cop.
That's what you want, right? That's what you want, right? That's exactly what you want. So Paul, now we're going back to the genetics thing. Paul said, guy I grew up with, he's about 150 pounds. In 10th grade, he benched 275 and squatted 500. That's a teenager. He was a damn monster, short-ass dude. That definitely, he has some fast twitch muscle fibers that would make him really, really like more predisposed to be able to lift the heavier weight like that. But he's probably
I was wearing Slipknot t-shirts, fishnet, black lipstick, and smoking cigarettes behind the gym when I was in high school. I was not doing that. Jesus Christ!
Supposed to be an animal.
Oh my
but that's
God.
the thing. You can't compare yourself to people though, because there are like unexplainable monsters who are just out there. Like you can't complain. You can't compare yourself to people. You have to compare yourself to what your results are previously. I know it's cliche, but it's true. You are in competition with only yourself, because that's the only way you're going to get your results. So even though people can talk, bullshit, oh, that ain't depth. Oh, he didn't do full reps. Fuck you. I'm doing full reps. I'm doing what I do. I'm worried about myself. And as long as I see results, that's what matters. That's what we care about. Paul also said cops are the best. Agreed. Let's see. And then he said that can happen. Talking to Jill. Oh, Jill said, I'm 5'2", and I pissed a cop off by wiggling out of my handcuffs. That's a good one, Jill. Okay, Jill. Okay, Jill. You got us.
How'd you do that? I'm a magician.
You got us, Jill. You got us on that one. Silly girl. Silly girl. But I'd still kick my friend's ass. Oh, so screw his bench and squat. But that's another completely different thing, though. Like, you can have a big, strong motherfucker, but they ain't tough worth shit. You can whoop their ass, especially if you had a type of upbringing where you were very familiar with just rough and tumble play. Not even fighting, just rough and tumble play. You're used to being able to grab a body and you know how to manipulate it in a certain way. Like, there ain't nothing that's why jiu-jitsu became such a big sport, because, in the UFC you had small-ass Hoist Gracie beating the shit out of really, really big guys. And people were like, wow, we need to know what the hell he's doing, because he's beating the shit out of all these guys except for Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock knew what he was doing, but Ken Shamrock was a wrestler. Ken Shamrock understood like the body manipulations that he was trying, so he was trying to reverse it. So, and they had like a bunch of controversy too, because Ken Shamrock wasn't allowed to have wrestling shoes, but Hoist Gracie was allowed to have his gi. And you can use your gi if you have a gi, you know, that like karate suit that they wear. You can use your gi to choke somebody out, and that's what he did. Like he used that to you know, as a weapon.
They allowed that?
Yeah, they allowed that, but they didn't allow him to have his shoes. But the shoes, if you have grip for grappling, that's a huge difference. If you have grip for grappling,
I've never. What year was this? 90s, early 2000s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
So they used to let you choke people out with shit.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had your gi on, that was part of your uniform. That's why they changed the uniform to where you had to wear the skibbies, the pro wrestling skibbies. Because
well, yeah, because I've never
pro
heard
wrestling figured that out.
I mean, if I saw somebody fucking, you know, would have a belt and just started
you gotta
choking
remember,
somebody
pro
out,
wrestling
like,
was
what?
fake fighting back in the day, so they already covered all that shit. You know?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Isn't that hilarious? No, like he took his arm out of his sleeve and was using his arm over here, and he choked him out with his sleeve.
Wow.
In their first fight, yeah. Hey man, that's how it happens. and then Paul said, "Is it true that Brock Lesnar was a super strong WWE wrestler? Heard he could bench press 600 and plus squat close to 1,000."
Okay, I don't know about all that shit, but Brock Lesnar's a legit motherfucker, though.
No, none of his lifting. That's the thing. He wasn't a power lifter. He wasn't that. He was a all-American collegiate wrestler. So sure, he could lift like heavyweight. He could lift like whatever. Probably not breaking any records. Didn't need to though. If you have that body and you know that body knows how to manipulate other bodies, all he needs to do is know how to slam you on your head, how to pick you up. And most of the guys that he was wrestling were less than 250 pounds. So I'm sure that he could deadlift and squat more than 250 pounds, probably a lot more. So he had that, but
he was undefeated in UFC too, right?
No, he got his ass kicked a couple times.
But he had like a long reign, didn't he?
No,
he had
he lost his first fight.
Well, I know he lost his first.
Yeah, and then he won like 2, maybe 3 fights, and then he got his ass kicked. And then he kind of squeaked away, getting different wins and stuff like that. But he's not he's not a career fighter though. So he was he had the wrestling. And the wrestling's such a huge advantage, especially for somebody like him who has the skills that he has. But in our pro wrestling circles, Kurt Angle is an Olympic gold medalist. And take a guess what happened when the Olympic gold medalist wrestled Brock Lesnar. Both heavyweights.
He took him down.
Kurt Angle.
That was back in late 90s, early 2000s.
Apparently, Kurt Angle put the work on. I wasn't there to see it from.
A lot of other people corroborated it, so it was
a
like,
lot of
okay.
A lot of people said that,
But I can believe it, though, because just like Kurt said, there's a big difference between the NCAA and the Olympics. Right. And he was like, nothing against Brock. Brock's a big dude. He's very strong. And believe me when I say, this came from Kurt, nobody fucked with him. But when I first got there, and it was kind of like the toughest guy in jail type deal, the boys started working. The boys started being the boys and be like, hey, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. So then, of course, Kurt had to go, well, I'm going to have to show him. And they did it, and he took it. Was only one, and Kurt said it was very close. And he said it was only one fall, one, and he took him down, and that was it. Yep. But he was like, it was very close, but he was like, there is it doesn't take a rocket scientist to even realize that either. Right. There is a big difference between the NCAA division and the goddamn Olympics. Right. So it's like, those are two different athletes right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and Kurt's not the biggest dude either.
Right.
So
and that doesn't take anything away from Brock Lesnar.
No,
that
God.
doesn't mean.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to tell him that. You know what I mean?
But just because, we're saying he doesn't bench press 600 and he doesn't squat close to 1,000, his numbers were not close to that. But that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant to his sport. He just needs to be a big jacked up dude, and probably use other means to stay that big.
Sure.
Into his late 30s and 40s,
50s. He's almost 50 now.
Is he almost 50 now?
Yeah, he's like
40
something.
So he's definitely.
Yeah, Kurt too. Kurt looks amazing right now. Kurt looks incredible right now.
He's got old man face.
He has that old man face, but that's gonna happen.
Wonder what happens when you get old man face, but your body looks like a 20 or 30 year old.
Ripped. You know what I mean? And it's just like, hey, man, good for them. It's like, but hey, I tell you, man, Brock Lesnar's Brock Lesnar. Yep. I'll be a mark for that son of a bitch any day.
Paul said
that's
Kurt
a bad
is a
son
monster.
of a bitch.
Kurt won a broken medal with. No, you didn't say it right.
You said it wrong.
You said it wrong.
Did he say it that
listen,
way?
I'm going to tell you how he said it. Because I messed it up. But he didn't say it right either. He said he won a gold medal with a broken neck. Can you correct it, please?
He won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Freaking
that
neck.
Was a big part of it.
Broken freaking neck.
Which is a big problem. It's true.
Which is true because I've watched that.
It's damn true.
I've watched the match, and that's a fucking amazing match, man.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe that he had a broken neck, but he only won by 1 point because he barely they were fighting for points. They were
Well, you saw when he was standing up on the thing, the guy that was like looking at because it was like he literally that was a hard decision.
Yeah,
because
it was so close. It was close, man. That's why the motherfucker was crying.
Yeah,
that's why he was crying. And then Paul said, talking about Lesnar, Brock's way stronger though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I said Kurt's not. Brock. Like, let me tell you, man.
Paul, should I read Paul's? He said, "Are you guys implying?" No. Why would you say that, Paul? Why would you say that?
I hate the dirty
I know, we can't
stigma.
Say it,
we can't
say it. But, come on, Paul. You're an adult. We're adults here. We're not. I want to do my best not to play people for stupid.
And we're not. And
because you're playing children for stupid.
And stop thinking it's so bad. It's not. I'm not getting into it. But they got so many people out making videos about it. It's not like it's illegal to talk about.
If you don't go to your doctors, though. You have to go to your doctor.
To talk about, though. I'm saying it's not illegal to talk about.
Yeah, of course.
I just hate the negative.
Half of everything that we talk about is probably illegal.
Yeah. I just hate how everyone thinks it's such a dirty word, steroids.
Yeah.
It's so dirty and it's so bad and it's so wrong. It's like without knowing the details, without knowing, like, smarten up, do some real research on this stuff. It ain't as bad as you think it is. That's all I'm saying about it. But
that's about that. I mean,
but
do your research and watch Bigger, Stronger, Faster, and enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy Bigger, Stronger, Faster. So as we're going back talking about how did we get on Brock? It was right before that we were talking
Brock, but what were we talking about before Brock? What was it? Because Paul said, "Is it true?" We were talking about workouts. We were talking about.
I think that
genetics.
was just a random
was
question.
It genetics?
We were talking about that,
and he was talking about Brock, and then
genetics go a long way and stuff too, man. Yeah. It's like you could take all the shit in the world, and you're still not gonna. But genetics do play a big part in it. But
the Greg Doucette, Lee Priest videos that I watched, and it's just fresh in my mind, so I watched it earlier. Greg Doucette is an IFBB pro bodybuilder, and Lee Priest is world famous.
But he's also a world record holder
for powerlift,
for a bunch of different stuff, and still is.
And Lee Priest was talking about him and being like, well, who is that guy? He ain't nothing. He ain't nobody. He, what is he, a teacher or something? He thinks he's so smart. And it's not. It's like, and then like the great thing that Greg Doucette does is he breaks down like, no, it's not like. He's like, just because you have more of a following than I do, just because it doesn't mean that you're
doesn't mean
smarter
you know shit.
Than I am. Doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about.
And he'll even go like, I only have 700,000 followers, so you shouldn't listen to me. In fact, you should probably just stop watching my video now. You should probably go watch BuzzFeed because they got 20 million followers. Yeah, go watch BuzzFeed so you can learn how to make a cupcake, or something. Like, he'll go into it and tell you, like, you know what, fuck it. If that's what you think, that because they got more of a following, but that goes for everyone. Yeah. Just because someone has more of a public status, that doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Right. Like, do your research. Really do your research. Do your due diligence and figure out what you need to figure out.
That's why I get frustrated whenever I see, like, and I'll keep it within our realm. I'll see pro wrestlers pushing, like, energy drinks or pushing, like, any type of bullshit product that they're probably not making a lot of money off of, but since it looks like they got a sponsorship, they're going to try to push it onto people, and it's not the most healthy thing that you can that you should be pushing.
Well, yeah, I mean, and a lot of like WWE sponsors is Snickers, Skittles, all that kind of stuff, and it's like, well, I guess who are you placating to? You know what I mean? It's like who's your audience? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Paul wants to know what is your opinion on Twitch streamers? I think Twitch streamers are great. We're streaming on
great.
Twitch. Hey, bro, we're streaming on Twitch right now.
Yeah,
We're also
for
streaming
what
on
it's worth.
YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope.
I think it's a good outlet. Not outlet. I think it's a good platform.
It's a good platform.
That's the word I'm looking for. It's a good platform for people who, you know, like we tell our buddy Rick all the time, like as much as he loves playing video games, why don't you stream on Twitch and to get some sort of gimmick going, get
these
something.
shows on Twitch, and I know that these videos, like our shows, are probably not going to get anything on Twitch.
Like we haven't spent any time building that following.
No,
you know?
and the thing is, it's like Twitch, like it's more of a video game platform, so you probably should be playing video games.
But
on
you know
the platform.
what? I was watching Matt Heafy, which is the lead singer of a band called Trivium, and he has a big Twitch channel, and he does a lot of musical stuff. He does a lot of video game stuff because he is a big gamer, but he does a lot of like guitar lessons and covers, and he'll play his own shit and stuff like that. Like it's very musically driven, video game driven. He was interviewing our boy Corey Taylor, and he was telling Corey that because Corey has social media, but he doesn't run it. Other people run it for him because he doesn't get involved with all that stuff. And he was like Matt was trying to tell him, like, dude, you should do Twitch because he's like, imagine your following. You could literally sit down because Corey was mentioning how he learned how to play the piano so he could write a song specifically for his wife. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to be able to play it and sing it at the same time for his wife, which is on his new solo album. It's a song called Home.
Corey's?
Yeah, Corey's new solo album. It's a song called Home, and he's playing the piano. So he was like, so Matt was telling Corey.
Real quick, I was watching some classes on piano teaching, and like they broke down like the different notes and the different octaves and all these other types. That's a very complex.
Yeah,
it's a very complex machine.
My drummer's really good at it, and I'm like, he'll sit there and I'm like, cool, but I don't, you know. But point I'm getting at with Twitch is he was telling Corey, he's like, all you have to do, man, set your fucking camera up, your phone up, whatever the fuck you're using, put it in front of your fucking piano, and you know how many people would love to see you trying to figure out how to play a fucking piano, or if you're cooking something, or it doesn't have to be video games. He was like, it could be a number of stuff. And then
you don't
Corey
have to do it good.
Corey said, he's like, fuck, man, I think you got me onto something, man. He's like, I think I'm gonna try it. So Corey Taylor might come out with it. I don't think he's going to. I think it's kind of the same when certain people talk to you about playing video games. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna try it. You're not gonna do it.
But I don't ever.
So I think Corey's like not worried about that shit. But it is a fun idea.
Paul's making fun of me. He said, "Wow, Ronnie, watching videos on how to play piano, real badass." Dude, I didn't look it up. It's just there was this YouTube video that I was watching, and then I clicked onto their page. And their page had like all these different classes, and I was like, "What? Let me see. Let me go to the first class so that I can see." And then they started breaking down like all the different like just what was it? Like all the different types of like just the notes and the octaves and like the different. There's so much to it. It's fascinating.
Sorry to keep you.
I don't want to play piano. Not saying that. It would be cool, but I like to slap at a bass a little bit. I slap at a bass every now and then. And yeah, you do need a bass player. Hey man, I do have some experience, so let me practice, and then I'll come in, and then we can really be in here, rocking and rolling.
God, that would be a shit show. You can see me being in a band.
Oh my God! Tell you what though, I'd bring them. I'd bring in a certain group of people. Yeah. There would be some people who would just want to see, even if it wasn't good bass playing, they just want to see. They want to see that hair. They just want to see that hair, either my hair or your hair. Paul said, "Sorry, I ever doubted your masculinity." Don't worry about it, Paul. Don't worry. I doubt that. I doubt that all the time. Yeah, man. So we're almost up to our 2 hours that we normally do.
I'll wait then.
We're getting there. We're getting close, brother. So
how much more time we got?
We got like 5 minutes. Okay. You got anything else that you want to say before we call it a day? You see what I did there?
A day. Say a day. Hey, May you? No, I'm good. It's been a weird week, and you know, obviously everybody's all up in arms about the election and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah,
The whole
it's,
episode.
who knows? Well, I guess we know, but it's not official.
But I guess we'll know when Nevada, which we're counting like one vote a day, because like their majority
I
are fucking
know.
desert. Like, how do you
It's
not
been
count your
stuck. Like, I'll even go real quick. It's been stuck for. I keep checking back. Again, like I said before, I'm not a political person, but I just same fucking number.
shit? Same shit.
264, 214.
Have they not called? Like, come on, just call it now.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Dude,
I'm tired.
Just name a fucking
Either
president,
way,
man.
no matter what, I'm going to be railing against the government. So whoever the president is, I'm going to be railing against them. I don't care if it's a Repub or a Demo. I don't care if it's a Democrat or a cuck-servative. I don't care.
Yeah. It's there's nothing. Nothing is although I do feel bad for some of these other people.
Why?
But it's like electoral vote. I mean, now I know they got like Jo Jorgensen. She's from the Libertarian Party. So she obviously got 0 electoral votes.
Right.
But she got over like 1.2 million overall votes from people. And it was like, it's not a bad number. I mean, you got over a million votes.
That ain't too shabby.
You're not going to be the president, but I mean,
winning.
It's, and then there's Howie Hankson.
Howie Mandel? I didn't know Howie Mandel was on there.
So what's the Green Party? What is
I
that?
think that's like the liberal version of the Libertarian Party.
So,
right?
yeah, he was a
Am
Green
I right, guys?
Party.
Is that what that is? The Green Party is like the Libertarian version, but like liberals instead of conservatives?
1, 2, we're waiting on 4 states. Alaska, Nevada, Georgia, and PA.
But like they haven't called them yet. I would have thought they would have called them.
And Trump's leading in Alaska. He's leading North Carolina.
Right, but he's losing in the other one.
Biden is leading in Nevada, Georgia, and PA. Which Georgia caught me by surprise. But I say that with no knowledge of what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean,
Right.
It just seems like Georgia would have voted for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It seems like it, right? And then Paul, as we head on out of here, because we're hitting our 2-hour mark, I voted for Jimmy Sinndred, but apparently that wasn't a real person.
Well, you fucked up.
You just say he fucked up. Don't you want to defend yourself and be like, I am a real person? How dare the election committee say that I'm not a real person because I am Jimmy Sinndred?
No,
Leader
not at
of
all.
the Sinndreds?
I agree 100%. I'm not a real
He
person.
fucked up.
He fucked
Damn
up
it.
by voting for me.
Shit, bro. Now you know Sinndred is not a real person, Paul. Damn it. You got anything else before we roll?
No, I think I'm good. It was funny. But, all right, shut her down. I'm good.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya. Goodbye.